When Arjuna asked the question regarding sannyasa, and of course, sannyasa and tyaga, Lord Krishna had to highlight that there is 2 points, and that was being highlighted as karma yoga and jnana yoga. So we used as karma yoga sadhana and jnana yoga sadhana. Interestingly, from verse number 18 onwards, now we are into different chapter. In fact, trying to summarize that 7 aspects into 3 categories called Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. So in the last class, we saw especially how the Jnana is being divided into 3 categories: Tamasic, Rajasic and Sattvic. So in short, when I look at myself as body, that means it is tamas jnana, tamasic jnana. When I look at myself as mind, is a rajasic jnana. Whereas when I look at myself as a consciousness principle, sattvic jnana. That's why this sort of knowledge to be dealt with systematically, not occasionally. It doesn't work. We have discussed in details. However, now after talking this thing, especially 20, 21, 22, now 23, 24, 25, 3 verses will be talking about karma. So we have already seen up to 22. So let us go to 23 so that it becomes easier for me to talk in details. Now, niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshatah krutam aphala prepshuna karma yattat satvikam uchyate. So when we look at this, is very nicely look at that. First he says Satvika Karma. So he uses this word Satvika Karma, means it should be niyatam iti. So niyatam, he gives different type of definitions. First let us look at niyatam. So what is niyatam? So niyatam is a very technical word. So the karma, that which is prescribed by Shastra, not scripture, okay? So you have to correct yourself, never use the word scripture. So the karma, again karma, not action, because karma has got a different meanings in different points, okay? That also you need to understand. Sometimes karma is called object, like verse number 18. So you have to be very careful, precise. However, so the karma that is being prescribed in Shastra specially. So specially prescribed karma in Shastra for you. So what do you mean by this word specially? First, you are confusing with Shastra. Then called, specially. What does all these things? Because why I brought this topic today is, like a person who sends me some messages and is a doctor, Ayurvedic doctor. So there are a lot of misinterpretation going on. So also gives me the verse, translation, this, that, like a few weeks back on Lord Rama there was some issue. And finally, the minister apologized. So now these people are picking up. So I said, okay, send me the translation. I went to the translation. I was shocked to read the translation. The truth is that many people have translated our Shastra purposefully wrongly. Like Max Muller, best example. Because all translation of Max Muller is wrong. And if you follow that fellow's translation, try to understand the Shastra, the Indian culture, definitely you will go wrong. It's a very sad part. One should really understand. So that's why one need to understand here what do you mean by this specially prescribed. So we use this word. When we talk about specially prescribed, it is the purpose of my spiritual growth. The main purpose is spiritual growth called inner maturity. And this inner maturity can happen when I develop values in me. Because without value system, things are not going to work at all. As you know, because if there is no inner maturity, if there is no value system in me, means I don't avoid, I don't follow value system, the mind will not be available for me. Always there will be worries and anxieties. Always I will try to establish myself. We'll be seeing in the next karma. Always I will try to put myself like breathing loudly. We say, not talking loudly. People breathe loudly, you understand? Throwing the air, which is very sad. All these things happens when there is no value system. So that means we say very carefully, suppose a person is interested for a purpose, like especially materialistic benefit. There are many people are interested in materialistic benefit. Nothing wrong in it. Scripture also talks about it. So that is, the Shastra talks about it. It's not, it does not talk, it talks. But that cannot be called as Satvika Karma. Because what is the purpose of karma? So the purpose of karma is not to get karma phala. This is common thinking. Purpose of karma is not to get karma phala. Please understand. The purpose of karma is to see my inner growth, not external growth, okay? Somebody said, Swamiji, I am going to gym to show externally I am thinner. You understand? Swamiji, I am going to gym to become fit. Hey, mentally be fit, okay? Not physically fit. Physical fit has nothing to do with it, okay? Mentally fix yourself. So that's why you have to see karma is not meant for karma phala. Remember, this is the first point for Vedanta. If you are doing karma for karma phala, you are not a student of Vedanta. Because for any karma you do, karma phala has to come. You don't have to look for. You don't have to work for. Means if you do that, means you don't have maturity. So I do karma for my inner growth. Can you see the difference? So every time my approach towards karma is not for karma phala at all. then you will see that you are a different person altogether. Or else it becomes waste of life. That is how we have seen throughout Bhagavad Gita. Because this chapter happens to be summary, okay? So in details it has been talked, especially Pancha Mahayagas. Pancha Yajna, Mahayajna you are supposed to do every day. This comes under Niyata Karma. So that means we say very carefully, I need to do karmas that are being prescribed by Shastra, specially to purify my mind, to see inner growth in me, to abide with values. Now, when we look at this, that is what is being highlighted, niyatam iti. So each word is very powerful, okay? Then he says, okay, sangha rahitam. Second definition, okay? So sangha rahitam means, if you look at translation, sangha rahitam, devoid of attachment. The point here is being highlighted. When you do something, especially when you do social service, either you get attached to karma or you get attached to the subtle karma phala. Like, I am interested in India Padma Award. So I am doing charities for Padma Award, which we have got, civilian awards, okay, called Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan. So Padma Award. So one lotus, okay. It's a very big thing, okay. You cannot think of. So in short, I am doing and I get attached to the result of action. Even though I am smart, I don't look for result. But when result comes, I am attached to it. That is also not right. Because my purpose is not the result. I am not the first person, nor I am going to be the last person. That's why Lord Rama, when he came back, because today is his day, so when Lord Rama came back from study, so it seems that he isolated himself. So you can say he went through one type of depression, if you want to say, okay? Because he was confused. So when he closed himself in the door, he did not come out. And of course, Dasharatha was worried, what is happening to him? And meanwhile, Rishi Vasishtha, his teacher, was being invited to find out what is happening. So Rishi said, what has happened? He said, look, yes, I am going to be coronated. No doubt in it, everything. I am going to be the king, prince and king later on. I am not the first king, nor I will be the last king. There are many kings have come, many kings will go away. I am just one of them. Is this purpose of life? Is this me? So when Vasishtha heard this thing, this is not depression at all. Looks like depression. Now this person is somebody, something different. And of course, the Vasishtha Ramayana comes from there. It's an amazing concept. So the teaching comes there. So that's why, in fact, this Yoga Vasishtha concept comes from there only. So Yoga Vasishtha is one of the best texts for yoga people, especially elaborately talks in details. So if time comes, we can go in details if you people are ready. Some preparedness is a must. Or else you people will make me to talk, finally you people will enjoy sleep, okay? That will not work. However, so that means here is Sangha Rahitam. So that means when I do a karma, I don't attach myself to the result of action. Because if I attach myself to the result of action, forget about action, okay? Then what will happen? I will not see the inner growth in me. Okay? Then next. It says, araga dveshataha krutam. Third. So that means raga dvesha vivarjita. So that which is krutam means is being done. Raga dveshataha. Without raga dvesha. Without your preferences, without your worldly motive, you can use the word. So generally when you do the karma, so what is the common people think? I want to be comfortable. How to become happy, comfortable? By changing people, by changing surrounding, by changing situations. Correct or not? Me to become happy, I need to change my wife. I need to change my husband. I need to change, because no husband, no wife can change each other, okay? Because everybody has failed. Every husband has failed. Every wife has failed. That's why they become, not mature. Their hair becomes either false or becomes grey. That's why they call her, especially women, okay? Whereas, so then they try to change their child. So I can change my child. Nothing happens, okay? Because they forget, this is a very good example, they forget, as you are trying to change your child, that child is trying to change you. So it's a constant conflict, can you see? So you change your child, child changes you. So here is being said, raga dvesataha. This is the raga dvesa. With raga dvesa, when you work, this is what happens life. So here, without raga dvesa, why we are highlighting this thing is, raga dvesha karma is called rajasa karma. We'll see in the next verse, the consequences. Because I am interested to change the surrounding. Everything should happen according to me. Without me, nothing happens. Means that person is not meant for Vedanta at all. Because it comes under, we'll see whether it's called Rajasa Karma or Tamas Karma, that we need to see. Here I understand that karma brings karma phala, and I am interested in happiness. Happiness does not depend upon changing the surrounding or changing people or changing anything or achieving anything or getting anything. But happiness is something, is me, it is my nature. I need to change myself. I need to transform myself. And this, for the transformation of me, myself, I can do any work. So all my work, all my karma is not related to karma phala, but it is related to transforming myself. And what that sort of transformation? Not becoming fat or becoming thin. No. Transformation of inner maturity. That's why a person must be careful each time when the person looks at one's own self and others. Have I changed myself or not? Not have I changed him or her not, okay? So far, am I a changed person? Or else this raga dvesha will continue. And it will continue in such a way that you yourself will not know. In fact, you will try to justify, and that is the destruction in one's own life. Never ever try to justify, will be seen in Rajasa Karma time. Never ever justify your action. The moment you try to justify, seriously wrong with you. You are, I don't want to use the word, I will see in Rajas Karma if I talk everything, so then tomorrow you will not come to the class, okay? So let me skip, okay? So better manage so that tomorrow you will listen to my class, okay? And today being Lord Rama's day, so let me not get into too much harsh words, okay? Let me calm and quiet. Then next is aphala prepsuna. So aphala prepsuna means by the one who is not desirous of result. Because here the person looks at my result is, what is my byproduct? My product is to have good health. Both physical and mental health. Oh yeah, that's why I spend time. No, you may spend time physically but not mentally. It doesn't work. If you look at very nicely, only remember, only one can have a good health if a person adopts karma yoga in life. I am openly saying this statement. Only one can have good health if a person adopts karma yoga in life. Go to a doctor, especially when you have got any cardiovascular problem. What they will say? Take it easily, life. Relax. Think that you have achieved whatever to be achieved. This is the time to take a back seat. Allowing others to do what they want. You can support if you can, or else relax. What does it mean? Is it not the essence of karma yoga? They don't use the word karma yoga, that's all. Can you see this point? All the medicines is related to karma yoga only. Only when you go through this cardiovascular problem, you will understand. Till that time, you will not understand anything. So that's why here you need to look at that you need to do karma with yoga attitude. Only that will give you good health. And the purpose is nothing but only good health. Because without good health, don't look at health means physically body, okay? This is not, I am not talking about it, okay? The mind. And of course, when mentally you are not good, physically you can never become good. Impossible. You will be obsessed. You will have your own problems. There are many things will happen. So the physical health is directly proportional or connected to mental health. So aphala prepsuna here, aphala prepsuna means, literally it means the one who is not desirous of result. But here you have to understand the person who is interested only in health. I don't need anything. I need to be a healthy person. Remember, again, not physical health, okay? We are not talking about that. This is a gross thinking. And of course, when you understand this thing, you become a karma yogi. That means Satvika Karma is equal to karma yoga. Clear? It has been discussed in details before. Continuing. यत्तु कामेप्सुना कर्म साहंकारेण वा पुनः क्रियते बहुलायासं तत् राजसमुदाहृतम् तत् राजसम उदाहृतम्. This verse number 24 talks about Rajasa Karma, which will be seen in details in next class. However, today is a, let us say, good occasion has been made in India. In another, let us say, few minutes, when some more minutes are there, the Prana Pratishtha will be done of Lord Rama. It's a really time to celebrate. And very soon, meanwhile, I can say, especially, Yaswant had asked me to write my views. We'll be writing that. However, one already I have released one. That is how I look at this process. Because remember, each one will function differently according to the situation. In fact, today I was writing, which will be posted tomorrow, that point is 23rd, okay? If you find yourself unjustly blamed, causing the loss of your name, fame, relationship, and assets, and yet you refrain from taking shortcuts or engaging in wrongdoing, choosing instead to respond with integrity and in accordance with Dharma, rest assured that you will reclaim not only your name and fame, but also gain even more valuable relationships and assets in abundance. And this was the life of Lord Rama. He did not prove, he did not do any injustice he could have done. For him to just take care of Ravana, just some time, but he took his own time, did everything the way it's supposed to be done. So let Lord Rama's grace be upon all of us is my sincere prayer. Jai Sri Ram. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.